If you look at in today's scenario, especially in the context of retail, I mean, there's so many options out there, and even further, if focus on Gen Zs or Gen Alphas now. I mean, for them, switching brands is like a swipe.
Yep.
Swiping a reel. It's as fast as that, and even one bad experience could turn your loyal customers away. I mean, that's what some of the industry researchers have said as well. So how much can brand I mean, especially like age old brands which have been out there for like decades, for which may not be uh, digital native organizations. So for them, how okay is it to rely on their reputation or what they have been doing for so many years, and just you know focus on that as is going to help them win more customers? Or
Yeah, you can't take anything for granted. I think a lot of the earlier years or decades even of experience design, like focus a lot on utility, and usability, and making experiences work for people, removing the friction, like cleaning stuff up. But I think what's happened over time is the like a lot of apps or a lot of experiences all look the same. If you put your thumb over the logo, you wouldn't know what company it was coming from because like everyone's like converged on this Apple pattern of lots of white space, full bleed
yeah.
images, clean fonts and stuff. And so that has now become like, well, that's like best in class. So everyone has to do that. But I think more recently, and this is where it's more interesting probably, like people have figured out the like we don't want to occupy the same space. The in following the task of trying to clean things up and make everything usable and clean for everyone, we've lost the brand input. And ultimately, when everyone gets their digital experiences to 7 out of 10 or 8 out of 10, then there's just like a sea of sameness where everything's all the same. And so
Hmm.
to differentiate yourself or become distinctive again, you need to make sure you're, playing to the strengths of your brand and ensure your brand is in everything. So, an example of that might be luxury fashion. Like, heaven forbid, Arjun, you go onto the Gucci website to buy a pair of like leather trousers and, $2,000 leather trousers. Like, do you want to buy them in 2 clicks in 3 seconds and just go in and check out? Or do you want to see what stitching is like? Or, maybe some AR, how it looks on you, how it goes with your Nike Air Force Ones,
Yeah.
so for a fashion brand, they shouldn't be trying to copy Amazon, which is kind of like one-click checkout. There's still some kind of hearts, minds, wallet selling to be done where people, yeah, might desire the product, but you still need to convince them that spending, $2,000 on a pair of leather pants is a good decision for you. So you might want to slow down the experience, and immerse the person in the provenance of the materials, in the where, the process of the stitching and the detailing, all those things. So what's right for Amazon isn't necessarily right for Prada or Gucci, in terms of what the experience they're trying to build. And I think what we've seen more recently is more of again, moving away from there's one pattern to rule them all to people are trying to like be true to their brand. And I think that's exactly the right thing to do is your digital experience should be an extension and reflection of your brand as a company, not something different or disassociated from your brand. It should reflect all those types of things. And in many ways, it should be the best version of you. If you're a luxury goods seller, there's a bunch of companies out there trying to sell your goods, maybe in the grey market or maybe, in through third parties. But your version of digital should be the best version because you've got best sales copy, the best imagery, the best version of presenting your products. So you can coach up all your retailers and anyone who's reselling on Amazon or anything to, follow your best practices.